Why there hasn't been the great baby boomer crash or market sell-off. I've been for years since I've been in this business. We were told there's going to be this massive transfer of wealth from the baby boomers to their heirs. Massive trillions of dollars are at stake, don't you know? We're also told there's going to be this massive sell-off by baby boomers selling their securities to fund retirement. I always thought that was kind of weird. It's like, well, seems to go... Those things seem somewhat mutually exclusive. They can't coincide, right? Coexist. There's going to be a massive sell-off to fund retirement. There's also going to be a massive transfer of trillions of dollars of wealth. Anyway, and none of that has happened, actually. Very interesting. I mean, it's been a transfer of wealth, don't get me wrong, but not this massive transfer of wealth where my generation is freaking, walking on sunshine. Well. So I was reading this article today, or the other day, and I did it from our locals live stream last night. We talked about it. Let me just make sure, there we go. About, interrogating historical returns to try to get an assumption of what's going to happen in the future. And my man, Antti Illiman, I don't know how to say his name because he's not American. He's like Dutch or something like that. You know how those Dutch people are with their crazy names. Anyway, no one knows how to pronounce them. But Antti said, and I've been reading Antti for a long time now, he just basically copied, I don't mean like that, but basically following the Bogle model, which is earnings growth plus dividend yield plus or minus price contraction or expansion, PE contraction or expansion. His argument is because we've had such a significant run-up in PE ratios, that's somewhat, I don't want to say doomsday, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but that's bad news for the markets going forward. Anytime we have a huge PE ratio to start a time frame, a high PE ratio, usually indicates we have bad, underperforming historical markets going forward. And I said, yeah, I get that. I mean, and 100%. We have lots of evidence to confirm that. There's some outliers, but again, we don't really have enough of a sample size to say either way. We just don't have enough historical sample size for investment world. We just don't. I wish we did, but it's just not there for the capital markets. We have 100 odd years of investment experience, but in terms of any rolling time frame, just not a big enough sample size for be statistically relevant. So you got to kind of go on, your gut. And so the issue is, I've heard this a lot of times, price earnings ratios are higher than historical rates. Thus, markets are high valuation. Thus, future returns will be low. I don't disagree with that in the least. But I've heard this for years now, years and years and years. And we haven't seen, other than, bear markets that come and go, we haven't seen this mass sell-off that was promised us. And then it occurred to me, as I was walking through my live stream last night with the boys and ladies on locals, I said, you can join down below too, every Wednesday at 7. I said, something? What is the median net worth of older people over 65? The median net worth is about $450,000. That's it. Huh. Interesting. So what's the median net worth of the top income, the top 10% of income? So the people, this isn't just older people, just the median net worth of the top 10% of income is about $2 million. So that's it. So I just asked Grok right now. I say, what's the median net worth of the top, I think I said 1%. It's $10 million. Huh. I said, what's the median net worth of 90 to 99%? I think Grok said 1.1 million. So as that tells you, there is a significant stratification in terms of the net worth in a select few group of people. The top 1% have $10 million median net worth, which means half of them have less. Half of them have more. It's really the 0.01 that has all the net worth, essentially. And when I say all, I'm being somewhat facetious, but you get it. So there isn't going to be this vast transfer of wealth to Gen X. I think I'm Gen X. 55, yeah, I'm Gen X. Because the vast majority of baby boomers don't have that much net worth. I mean, they have some. 450,000 though is the median net worth for people over 65. That's better than a hole in the head, but it's not freaking Joe Biden type of net worth, you know what I'm saying? Or Bernie Sanders. Again, it's better than a hole in the head, but we're not talking about significant net worth transferred to the average Joe Gen Xer. Just not. So this mass wave of transfers is going to go to the rich, the people who are already wealthy, already went to Harvard, already went to, what's that place up in New Hampshire? Phillips Academy or Exeter Academy, whatever the hell it's called. There's a place in New Hampshire where they got all these private boarding schools in New England where the wealthy go. Then they'll transfer from there to Ivy League schools, Brown, Harvard and stuff. It's just wealth, creating wealth, multi-generational. So the point being is, there will be some mass transfer, but not a huge amount to the average Joe. It's just not going to happen. Part two of this, why is there no sell-off? Well, it's because the people who are going to inherit that money, they don't need to have mass sell-off because they're already wealthy. If you went to Phillips Academy, whatever the hell it's called, Exeter Academy, I can't remember. And now you're going to Harvard, now you're some hedge fund scumbag, your dad dies, it gives you $5 million. You're not going to turn around and sell it to fund your lifestyle. I mean, some of they might, but not this vast majority of people are going to sell it, which would then have a significant impact on the stock market. You're just not going to do it because you're already wealthy, all right? Part two of this is that not only that, but the people who are proclaiming that these retirees are going to sell their investments to fund their retirement, well, why? Well, the whole point again is that we say, once again, they've misunderstood the retirement risk. They say, oh man, if you're in retirement, Social Security is not enough to provide retirement. Thus, you're going to sell off your investments to cover your expenses. Makes sense in theory. In reality, it's wrong. As retirees get older, they spend less. I just talked to a guy today, 82 years old. The guy's like, I got to get back in the market. Been out of the market for a while. And he's still spending good money, but he's like, I'm not freaking selling stocks to fund my retirement. He's got no debt. He owns his house outright. He's able to save some money, invest in some real estate. He's a fluent guy, but he's certainly not freaking overly wealthy relative to what you think would be wealthy. You see what I'm saying? He's like, and I think that's going on a lot. Baby boomers, turns out, they don't need to sell their equities to fund their retirement. Because the Social Security, their lack of debt, their lack of consumption, they got more coming in, going out the door, a lot of these guys. And as such, they're just like, I'm just going to sit on my stocks. Let's just say they have an average portfolio or a median portfolio. I don't care how you want to look at here. I'm just making this number up, but $300,000. Yeah, that's going to be nice to transfer to their kids. And some of the kids will need that money. They'll say, hey, thank you. Other kids obviously are going to have to sell it within 10 years if it's an IRA. A lot of kids say, hey, they're going to sell it. But how many kids are actually going to get that money to begin with? Spread over three family members, for instance, 3 kids, $100,000 each. Some will sell it, some won't. So the mass sell-off never happened because people don't need to do the mass sell-off. It's just something I'm thinking about. And when I'm thinking about that, let's take a look at this guy. Hi, buddy. Oh, yeah. Hi, puppy. I just hope he doesn't bite me. Oh, hi. Let's see what he does. I'm going to give your old buddy Josh a smooch. Hi. Look at him. Come give me a smooch. Do horses bite fingers and stuff? I hope not. I love horses, dude. I can't wait to go to the Freiburg Fair and see horses. They're the best animals ever. I love dogs, but look at that guy. You want to say hi to Josh? Hey, but where's your partner in crime? Nay! Is he lifting up his back leg? Does that mean he's mad? See how he's lifting up his back leg? Look, in this videos today, I just showed you my dogs, showed you horses. My man Fritz Gilbert's up in some place where they got polar bears and stuff. Like Miami, because polar bears are in Miami now because global warming. Oh, buddy. Oh, is he coming? This is just, like I'm a zoo champ. That's what I should call it, the Heritage Wealth Planning Zoo. How'd they eat that grass? You want to see me, you want to see him. That can't taste good, right? Can you imagine that guy getting mad at you, like coming after you? Imagine that guy coming after you mad. Hi, buddy. I'm going to stay here until he gives me a high five. You want to say hi? Huh? Let's see what he does. You want to see your old buddy Josh hanging out? Oh, man, look at him. He's coming. Where's his brother? His brother's okay. He's got like an orange kind of horse. Oh, hey. Hey. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Oh, he licked me. He licked my fingers. He loves me. He loves me more than my wife. Hi. So handsome. Look at their eyes. I feel bad with like stupid bugs floating all over. I'm like, dude, get off the horse. Want to give me another? Want to give me again? Anyway, God bless me. Continue my walk. I got my Bruins shirt. The bees. Now there's the yellow is the bee. The spoke bee is yellow this year. They changed their logo around a little bit. Look at that. Look at those ears. I wonder if horses hear well. Hi, ears. I love them. I need a horse. Horsies. All right, God bless.